Hi, it's Austin24 Gray here, and I'm here. Sorry, I had to wait my mouth there. I was just eating Celebration cookies today. If you don't know what Celebration cookies are, they're chocolate with basically crack with wafer, or cookie wafer actually. And they're so good. They're probably beige at the bottom of it. I don't have any left, but I can show you the picture of it. So, they are kind of like, sorry, let me just switch my angle on. So, right, that's what Celebration cookies are. That's the French side because we live in Canada. It's mandatory. The dark chocolate, 45% cocoa. And it looks like it has a picture of the Parliament building, I think. If you're from Ottawa, anyone correct me on that, let me know. Okay, sorry, my curling pajamas. Alright, and yeah, those are all my hats. And that I have with me. Especially this Leaf one. My two favorite teams, Colorado Avalanche and Toronto Maple Leafs. I like Colorado more because of Nathan MacKinnon and Matt Duchene used to be on that team. Switch over. So I'm here to talk about my top 10 things that may surprise you. I'm Austin24 Great, and I love mixing weird foods into one. Like, for example, this is the number one fact about me. I love to have, or orange. I used to, like, when I was a kid, I used to like making, orange and peanut butter sandwich. But it wasn't really an orange, it was a clementine. But, all the time I usually build with clementine. And now that I just used to do that and put peanut butter on it. And then the other thing I used to do was mix yogurt with applesauce. I know. Weird stuff. And sometimes I would love to, I still do this now, is put some chocolate sauce in a bottle of water. It's good. And so, and then I also like, those, my favorite thing when I was a kid, it was going to Chick-fil-A for my birthday and getting, a Wiggle. It's basically gummy bears and, not gummy bears, sorry, gummy worms and dirt, well, Oreo crumble, and put chocolate pudding. The other pudding I like is butterscotch pudding. I don't like any other one. I used to hate butterscotch pudding, but I like it now. It's the same fact of blackberries. I used to dislike blackberries, but I like it now. Same as apples. I used to dislike apples juice, but I like it now. So my second fact is that I had 4 eye surgeries. My third fact is that I'm hearing impaired, but I don't always wear my hearing aids. And my fourth fact is, I used to be afraid of movie theaters. But ever since I watched Deck the Halls, I kind of like movie theaters now. But before, whenever someone says movie theaters, we're going to movie theaters, it made me want to go poo. Now, and I hate having showers. Every time when no water touches my butt, I have to go poo. So those are my 2 triggers when I was a kid. Now it's something else. I can't say it or it make me go. Five is five is I was always scared of struts even more. My brother almost got run over with his truck at my old place where I used to live. Not this house. This house is a rental place, but my parents' house, basically. Yeah, it was my old parents' house. So yeah, it was actually 1 block away from the house that my parents live right now. Both on the same street of that fancy storm monastery. If you're Canadian, you know where I'm talking about, especially if you're from Ontario. Um, uh, and number 6 is that I find it really hard to read a book and watch a movie at the same time. I had tried that a lot at times with a book and movie called Shiloh and Arthur, and I can't even do it with TV shows. It's just too complicated. Same as number 7, when I was a kid, I would read 8 different books at the same time. And then I kind of dropped that. It was just too hard, so I read 2 chapters one, then 2 chapters in the other. I have a great memory of which book I'm reading from, and I can remember different types of stories from each other. But if you involve the movie, no, they're not the same thing. Even audiobooks like Mario and Me, I haven't managed to do the audiobook of it, but I have read the book and read the movie. And number 8 that was number 6, I think. Number 7 is, if I'm bad with counting, don't blame me. I know I have a college math, but my English is not good. I only have a supply at grade 9, because I did not like the teacher grade 10. She was just too new. She doesn't understand. Number 8 is that I used to have a teacher called Mr. Psycho. And also involved in that class, the egg that I actually dropped, it was for a challenge, and it never break. It was a brown egg, it never break from like 6, probably 12 feet, never broke. It was in 2 boxes, it was in a garbage bag, but it never broke. But I managed to get a 60 on that project because it was due to labeling. I was a bad labeler. I know it was a team sport, but I was a bad labeler, and I did most of the work. He helped me a bit understanding some stuff, but yeah. Yeah, that was not the only team sport I ended up doing. One time, actually, in another Mia Arts program, I was allowed to do media arts because I had was doing music, grade 8 music at the time, so I was allowed to do 11 the next semester. So I was allowed to do media arts, but the first project I was so bad at downloading stuff. That's why I use my phone. I'm not going to download on a camera. I have a digital camera, but I hate using it for videos. So that's why I use my phone to download. Because my Mia Art, both and a lady, we both did it individually. She did it on Marley and Me, and I did it on Lucy and I. Both about a dog. Same type of story. Both had books. But we both had trouble downloading. We couldn't get to download for some reason. We both had the same problem. And so, and I managed to skid with a 60 into a half point where I ended up with a 70. Same story with music. In grade 9, music, the grade 9 I did. I tried to start off with a saxophone, but all that came out was a whistle. I couldn't actually do that with a whistle, and that's it. And then I ended up switching to the orchestra bell, which I ended up getting a 70 on. And now I have a glockenspiel, which is so similar, but not the same thing. Similar, but close to the same thing. It's just a little bit bigger, orchestra bell, and it has a pedal. This one does not have a pedal. Okay, next one. Number 9. So, I almost actually fail art. I've kind of complete art in grade 7 by tracing. And this is 9.5. I found grade 8 art a lot more easier. Because it was pencils. I love that stuff. Stencils. Pencils, just stencils. And I love gel pens. That's the only thing I like about art, is the gel pens. And stencils. And pencils. Pencils. And here's number 10. I afraid of kids when they wear face paint. I'm super scared of kids who wear face paint. And I'm also in the same topic. I'm shy of unusual kids. Even on my birthday, I'm kind of scared of my cousin's kids. When I was 8, oh my god. Birthday is even, so I'm just kind of shy of kids on my birthday, but scared of kids who actually have face paint on them. I just found it pretty creepy. That's all for me. Awesomeness24 Great is here, and this is part 1. This is going to be another part 2 later, but bye-bye.